All right, so uh, you brought us a really fascinating mix of stuff on success.
Yeah.
And this Napoleon Hill guy seems to be like right at the center of it all,
Yeah.
especially with this whole Carnegie secret thing he keeps talking about,
Right.
like the key to unlocking some hidden potential or something.
It's not just some feel-good theory, though.
Right.
What's intriguing is that Hill spent years interviewing these giants of industry like Henry Ford, Thomas Edison,
Oh, wow.
even the founder of Coca-Cola.
Wow.
And it was at the request of Andrew Carnegie himself.
Really?
So these aren't just random ideas.
Yeah.
These are insights gleaned from people who actually built empires.
The main source you gave me was the YouTube audiobook of Hill's The Law of Success. Right? It's a bit old school, but sometimes those older books have the best stuff.
They really do.
Yeah.
And what Hill uncovered after all those interviews was that these massively successful people, despite being in completely different fields, all had one thing in common: a burning, intense desire for what they wanted, combined with a very specific plan to make it happen.
Right.
That's the essence of the Carnegie secret.
So it's not just about wishing on a star, right?
Right.
You need a plan,
Yes.
a roadmap to actually get where you want to go.
Exactly.
Okay.
Hill lays out 6 concrete steps to turn desire into reality.
Okay.
And it all starts with cultivating a burning desire.
Right.
Not just wanting something, but having a deep, almost obsessive need for it.
So, okay, so desire is the fuel.
Yes.
But how do you make sure you're not just spinning your wheels,
Yeah.
getting all fired up about something, but going nowhere?
That's where Hill's emphasis on a definite plan comes in.
Okay.
He uses the story of Henry Ford and his relentless pursuit of the V8 engine to illustrate this.
Right.
Ford was told by his engineers that a V8 was impossible,
Oh, wow.
but his desire wouldn't let him accept that.
Right.
He insisted on finding a way.
Wow.
And eventually they figured it out.
Okay.
And that engine changed everything for the auto industry.
So Ford's unwavering belief, even when experts told him it couldn't be done,
Yeah.
that's a powerful lesson in itself.
Yeah.
It's like, if your desire is strong enough, you can bend reality to your will.
Hill wouldn't disagree with that.
Wow.
He uses another great example.
Okay.
Edwin Barnes, who was so determined to work with Thomas Edison that he practically camped out in Edison's office until he got a job.
Oh, wow.
Not just any job, mind you.
Right.
He wanted to work directly with Edison.
Most of us wouldn't go that far.
Right?
I mean, showing up unannounced and refusing to leave,
Right.
that's pretty bold.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But the point is, the laser-like focus,
Yeah.
that unwavering desire coupled with a very specific goal,
Yeah.
is what propelled Barnes.
Yeah.
And guess what? He eventually became Edison's business partner.
That's wild.
It is.
Okay, so we have the burning desire,
Uh-huh.
the clear goal.
Yeah.
Is there anything else we need to add to this success cocktail?
Hmm.
What about, I don't know, talent, reason?
Talent and resources definitely play a role.
Yeah.
But Hill argues that they're not the starting point.
Okay.
He emphasizes the importance of specialized knowledge.
Yeah.
You don't just need to know a little about a lot of things.
Yeah.
You need deep, focused knowledge in the area you want to succeed in.
Right? It's like building a house.
Uh-huh.
You wouldn't hire a general contractor to do the wiring, would you?
Right.
You need an electrician.
Right.
Someone with specific expertise.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And this reminds me of the story you told me about the accountant who started that mobile accounting business.
Oh, yeah.
He saw a need.
Right.
He had the specialized knowledge, and boom, success.
You know, it's funny you mentioned that. It was actually you who pointed out that need in the first place.
Really?
We were talking about how small businesses struggle with accounting.
Right.
And you said, someone should create a mobile service that goes directly to them.
Oh, wow.
And then this accountant I know actually went and did it.
See, even we're part of this web of specialized knowledge leading to success.
That's so cool. Yeah.
And it's not just a small-scale thing.
Yeah.
If you look at the bigger picture, this principle is everywhere.
Okay.
Think about Bill Gates and Microsoft.
Right.
He didn't just have a passing interest in computers.
Yeah.
He had a deep, specialized knowledge of software development.
Right.
That's what allowed him to build an empire.
Okay, so we have the desire,
Yeah.
the goal,
Yeah.
the specialized knowledge.
Right.
But sometimes even with all that, people just get stuck.
Yeah.
Like they're missing a spark, a creative push to really get things going.
That's where Hill brings in the concept of imagination.
Okay.
He argues that imagination, coupled with that specialized knowledge we were talking about, is what leads to truly innovative ideas.
Okay.
He uses the Coca-Cola story to illustrate this.
Coca-Cola?
Yeah.
What does soda have to do with imagination?
Well, think about it. Coca-Cola started with a simple recipe hooked up in an old kettle someone bought from a drugstore. Not exactly revolutionary on its own, right?
You're right. I mean, a kettle and a recipe.
Right.
That's pretty mundane.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But then Asa Candler, the guy who founded Coca-Cola, he saw something more.
Okay.
He didn't just see a drink.
Yeah.
He saw a worldwide phenomenon.
Wow.
He used his imagination to transform that simple formula into something iconic.
Yeah.
Something that's recognized everywhere.
Okay, so he imagined it?
Yeah.
But he also had to, like, make it happen.
Yeah.
He had to build a business.
Yeah.
Create a brand.
Right.
Distribute the product. That takes work.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But the point is, it all started with his imagination.
Right.
The vision came first, and then the work followed.
And there's so many other examples of this, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like Post-it notes.
Yes.
Or Velcro.
Right.
These seemingly simple ideas that ended up generating massive wealth. All because someone looked at something ordinary and imagined something extraordinary.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And what's fascinating is that these examples show us that this power of imagination isn't reserved for some elite group of geniuses.
Right.
It's available to all of us.
Yeah.
You don't need a fancy degree or $1 million to tap into it.
So how do we actually do that? Do we just sit around and wait for inspiration to strike?
Hill talks about this in the book.
Okay.
He introduces the concept of the subconscious mind as this powerful tool we can use to achieve our goals.
Okay.
And instead of just passively waiting for ideas to pop into our heads, he suggests we actively feed our subconscious minds with positive emotions, things like faith and enthusiasm.
Okay, so instead of dwelling on fear and doubt, we need to cultivate a mindset of belief, of possibility.
Exactly.
Is that right?
Exactly.
Okay.
And Hill goes deeper into this, outlining 7 positive and 7 negative emotions that can impact our subconscious minds.
Oh, wow.
It's fascinating stuff. And it really highlights the connection between our thoughts and our reality.
Right.
But for now, the key takeaway is this.
Yeah.
Your subconscious mind is a powerful ally.
Okay.
And by feeding it the right input, you can unlock incredible creative potential.
All right, so we've got the burning desire, the specialized knowledge, the power of imagination.
Right.
What else does Hill cover in the law of success? I mean, it seems like we've got a pretty solid foundation for success already.
Well, there's one more piece that I think is particularly relevant to your deep dive request.
Okay.
And that's Hill's perspective on capitalism.
Okay.
He sees it not as something inherently evil or greedy, but as a system that creates tremendous opportunity.
Okay.
Especially for those who understand how it works.
I think a lot of people, myself included, have a bit of a knee-jerk reaction to the word capitalism.
I get it.
Yeah, it's like, oh, it's all about big corporations and exploiting people.
Right, yeah. But Hill's point is that at its core, capitalism is about providing a valuable service and being rewarded for it.
Right.
He uses a very simple example to illustrate this.
Okay.
A breakfast.
Breakfast.
Yeah. You might think, okay, I go to the store, I buy some eggs and toast. What's so complicated about that?
Right.
But if you really break it down, you realize that breakfast relies on this incredibly complex web of interconnected systems.
I never really thought about it that way.
Right.
But you're right. It's not just the grocery store. There's the farmer who raised the chickens, the people who made the bread, the truck drivers who transported everything, the factory workers who packaged the food. It really is mind-boggling when you start to unravel it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And each person in that chain, they're rendering a valuable service.
Right.
And in return, they're compensated for it.
Okay.
Now, of course, there are issues with how wealth is distributed within the system.
Right.
But Hill's argument is that by focusing on providing genuine value, you can create wealth for yourself and contribute to the system as a whole.
Okay.
It's not a zero-sum game.
That makes sense.
Right.
It's a much more nuanced view of capitalism than just this dog-eat-dog mentality.
Exactly. And Hill doesn't shy away from the fact that competition is inherent in the system.
Yeah.
But he sees competition as a force that drives innovation and progress.
Right.
That desire to provide better products or services pushes people to constantly improve, to come up with new ideas.
So instead of fearing competition, we should embrace it as a motivator to up our game.
That's a great way to put it.
Okay.
Now, speaking of coming together to achieve something great,
Yeah.
there's one more piece of Hill's law of success that I think is really powerful.
Okay.
And it ties back to that idea of a mastermind group.
Okay.
Hill dedicates a whole section to what he calls masterminding your way to freedom.
Oh, wow.
And he uses a surprising historical narrative to illustrate this.
Okay. I'm intrigued. What historical narrative?
He talks about the American Revolution.
Wait, the American Revolution?
Yeah.
I thought we were talking about personal success, not war.
I know, right?
Yeah.
It seems like a bit of a jump.
Yeah.
But the way Hill frames it,
Okay.
he's not talking about war in the traditional sense.
Oh.
He's talking about the revolutionary spirit.
Right.
The power of a group of ordinary people coming together with a shared desire to achieve something extraordinary.
Okay. I see where you're going with this.
Yeah.
So he's drawing a parallel between the Founding Fathers
Right.
and, say, a group of entrepreneurs working together to build a business.
Exactly. He focuses on key figures like John Hancock,
Right.
Samuel Adams,
Okay.
the Committee of Correspondence,
Uh-huh.
the Continental Congress.
Right.
He argues that these were essentially mastermind groups.
Oh, wow.
People making decisions and taking action even when the odds were stacked against them.
And their ultimate achievement, the signing of the Declaration of Independence,
Right.
that was a testament to the power of this collective action,
Yeah.
this burning desire for freedom.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And what Hill is saying is that this same principle,
Okay.
this same power that created a nation,
Right.
it's available to all of us.
Wow.
Think about it. If a group of ordinary men,
Yeah.
most of them without formal education or military experience,
Right.
could band together and create a nation based on these radical ideals,
Right.
what could you achieve with the right desire, the right plan, and the right allies?
Wow. That's a powerful thought.
It is.
It's like he's saying that the spirit of the American Revolution is still alive today,
Uh-huh.
but instead of fighting for political freedom,
Right.
we're fighting for personal and financial freedom.
I love that. And the
Yeah.
beauty of it is that just like the Founding Fathers, we
Right.
have the power to choose our allies,
Right.
to create our own mastermind groups,
Yeah.
and to fight for the future we want.
That's awesome. So we've covered a lot of ground here.
We have.
Desire,
Yeah.
knowledge, imagination, even a bit of capitalism and revolution thrown in for
Yeah.
good measure.
I like it.
But I keep coming back to this idea of the mastermind group.
Yeah. Yeah.
It seems like Hill puts a lot of emphasis on finding the right people to support you on your journey.
He does.
Yeah.
And it makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Achieving big goals can be tough.
Yeah.
And it's easy to get discouraged,
Right.
to lose sight of the vision.
Yeah.
Having a group of like-minded people,
Right.
people who understand your goals and believe in your potential, that can make all the difference.
It's like having your own personal board of advisors.
Yeah.
People you can bounce ideas off of, get
Yeah.
feedback from,
Uh-huh.
and who will hold you accountable.
Exactly.
Oh.
And the beauty of a mastermind group is that everyone benefits.
Oh, wow.
It's not just about one person's success.
Right.
It's about collective growth and achievement.
You know, it's funny. We
Yeah.
started this deep dive talking about the Carnegie secret,
Right.
this idea of burning desire and a definite plan.
Yeah.
But it feels like we've uncovered so much more than just a secret. It's like we've stumbled upon a whole philosophy of life,
Uh-huh.
a way of approaching the world with intention and courage.
I think that's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
Hill's work.
Right.
It's not just about getting rich or achieving material success.
Okay.
It's about becoming the best version of yourself, about living a life of purpose and meaning.
Right.
And that's a journey that's available to everyone,
Right.
regardless of where they come from or what their current circumstances are.
It's really inspiring when you think about it.
It is.
Hill is basically saying that we all have the potential for greatness within us.
We do.
We just need to tap into it.
And that's what I love about The Law of Success. It's
Yeah.
not just a dry theoretical book. It's filled with stories, examples,
Yeah.
practical advice.
Yeah.
It's like Hill is taking you by the hand and saying, look, here's how you can do it.
Yeah.
Here's how you can achieve your dreams.
So as we wrap up this deep dive,
Yeah.
I want to bring it back to you, the listener. What burning desire are you ready to turn into a plan? What impossible dream are you willing to fight for?
Don't underestimate yourself.
Wow.
You have within you the same spark of revolutionary spirit that ignited the American Revolution.
Right.
Embrace it,
Yeah.
nurture it,
Okay.
and let it guide you towards the extraordinary life you were meant to live.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground:
We have.
desire, knowledge, imagination,
Yeah.
even a bit of capitalism and revolution thrown in for good measure.
It's been quite a deep dive.
It has.
Yeah.
But I keep coming back to this idea of the mastermind group.
Yeah.
It seems like Hill puts a lot of emphasis on finding the right people to support you on your journey.
He does, and for good reason.
Yeah.
Achieving those big goals can be really tough.
It can.
And it's so easy to lose sight of the vision.
Right.
To get discouraged.
To give up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think that's where having a group of like-minded people, people who really understand your goals and believe in your potential, can make all the difference.
Yeah, it's like having your own personal board of advisors.
That is.
People you can bounce ideas off of.
Yeah.
Get feedback from.
Right.
And who will hold you accountable.
Absolutely.
And the beauty of a mastermind group is that everyone benefits.
Right. It's not a zero-sum game.
Yeah, it's not just about one person's success.
Exactly.
It's about collective growth and achievement.
Exactly.
It's funny, we started this deep dive talking about the Carnegie secret.
Right.
This idea of burning desire and a definite plan.
Yeah.
But it feels like we've uncovered so much more than just a secret.
We have.
It's like we've stumbled upon a whole philosophy of life.
I agree.
A way of approaching the world with intention and courage.
That's a beautiful way to put it.
Yeah.
I think Hill's work is about so much more than just getting rich.
Right.
Or achieving material success.
It's about finding your purpose.
It is.
It's about becoming the best version of yourself.
Yeah. Living a life of meaning.
Right. And that's a journey that's available to everyone.
It is.
Regardless of, where they come from or what their current circumstances are.
I love that.
It's really inspiring when you think about it.
Yeah.
Hill is basically saying that we all have the potential for greatness within us.
We do.
We just need to tap into it.
That's the key.
And that's what I love about the law of success.
Yeah.
It's not just some dry theoretical book.
No.
It's filled with stories.
Yeah.
Examples. Yeah. Practical advice.
It's a roadmap.
Yeah. It's like Hill is taking you by the hand and saying, look, here's how you can do it.
Yeah.
Here's how you can achieve your dreams.
Absolutely.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, I want to bring it back to you, the listener.
Yes.
What burning desire are you ready to turn into a plan?
That's the question.
What impossible dream are you willing to fight for?
Don't underestimate the power within you.
That's such a good point.
Remember, you have that same spark of revolutionary spirit that ignited the American Revolution.
We all
embrace it, nurture it, and let it guide you toward the extraordinary life you are meant to live.
That's fantastic advice.
Thank you.
Well, this has been a really insightful deep dive.
It has.
Thanks for joining us.
My pleasure.